Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 7 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I'm just climbing out a little mining cave I made here. You can see I used my awesome hammer, which by the way, I am so glad I focused on making this early on. Like every time I make a hammer, I'm really glad that I have it, and today's no exception. You can see I've been just basically doing a ton of mining all around this area here. Mostly collecting pretty much anything I can get my hands on because I'm at the point where I want to start building some automation and a couple other nifty things. And for all that, we're just going to need as many resources as possible. So I'm just kind of snagging any last little bits here as I just wrap up. Just a reminder that I want you guys to know, I did mention this earlier on, but I've seen a couple people sending me messages on Twitter and having a little bit of confusion around this. So I wanted to reiterate, the way Worlds and the Origin in Worlds is done with the FTB packs, that was cool. Most of the time, the FTB team, and I told them they could do this for my pack as well, will go ahead and change the way World Origin spawns. It's a little less random and a little bit more structured. So what you'll find is things like copper and tin at higher Y levels, things like iron at middle of the road Y levels, and things like diamond and redstone and gold and lapis down towards the bottom. I've found Y level 6 to be like a really good spot to find lots of redstone and diamonds. Gold is maybe a little bit higher around the 20s along with lapis, and in the 30s maybe some iron and a couple other things like I've also been finding. Besides iron, I've been finding some Certus quartz up here around the level 30 area. And you can kind of look up and see like there's more Certus a little bit higher. There's a lot more copper up there, as well as probably tin and some other things. So keep that in mind as you guys are going around mining. If you're having trouble finding a particular ore where you're at, you might need to go a little bit higher or lower into the world to find exactly what you're looking for. So that's that. Otherwise, I think it's time to get started on some cool stuff that I want to work on. Let's go upstairs and see what's new. One thing from last episode I wanted to mention to you guys. Let me snag this real quick just to demonstrate. I actually did find out that I can use the creeper face blocks on my door. Nice. Looks pretty cool too, by the way. It's almost like perfectly flush. You can see the handle there, but it really much, it looks nice. So that was cool. What you had to do was break the door. Once I applied the block to it, you can't change it without breaking it. So that's just something for you guys to know. Cool. So I like the window on it. So having the creeper face block, not that big a deal, but still pretty neat. I have a ton of ores to process. I should really start on some kind of a better power gen and ore processing scheme. So let's get to building. I think one of the first things I should work on, by the way, is probably... Let's get rid of this stuff. Oh man, I just have to clean up my inventory from all this mining I did. Why don't I do that, and then I'll come back in a few minutes and we'll get started working on, whatever we can to work on. Let's see, yellowite. I don't think I need to process that yet. So I'll throw that in here. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute once I've, sorted my inventory just a bit. Alright guys, I'm getting ready to build out a new area here, and real quick off camera I prepared everything. I figured you'd seen enough of Tinkers and how it works to know how to make things, but right now I'm making let's call it the Direvator 20. Nice. This is pretty much similar to the hammer, except it works on dirt. So if you want a quick and easy way to clear away lots of dirt, excavators are your friend. It'll clear away a 3x3 area of dirt, just like the hammer does for stone and other materials. Awesome way to clear out some land. There's some other methods that we could use to clear out a lot of land if we wanted to. We'll get into those probably in a future episode. But for now, this should suffice. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit of the area here. I'm thinking about building, since this is going to be my main building, right? So this is going to be the primary place where I spend most of my time. My plan is to have just like kind of a functional workshop where I can do a lot of crafting and do a lot of processing of ores and where all my main storage is. And then I'm going to have probably an area set aside where I'll do some other activities, right? So when I want to get into different magical based mods, or if I want to get into other maybe some semi-technical mods that might need their own dedicated area set up, I'll wind up moving, or not moving, but I'll have a different building set up for that purpose. See how nice that was? Very quick and easy to clean up. Alright, so let me sleep through this night. I'm going to real quick build a room here. I'm going to use similar chisel blocks, for the large cobblestone tiles for the walls. Maybe do something cool with the archway here, just try and make it look nice. And yeah, I'll come back in a minute. Alright guys, I'm basically starting to build out my room, and I'm trying to do something a little bit different than what I've done in the past. I want to make it, just really functional though, because that's kind of my thing usually. I like to make things look pretty functional. So I'm trying to map out the size of the room. I was going to do like, this wide open area here, where I can have a bunch of different machines all kind of usable in the center area. Kind of the problem with that though is rarely do I have something I can kind of put in the middle. So I'm going to have to figure out exactly how I might want to work this, because usually if I have like machines on the outer edges of the room, right, like we have a bunch of thermal expansion stuff here and a bunch of Ender IO stuff there and a bunch of industrial craft stuff over here, like usually that's how I like to lay out my rooms. But when I'm talking about building something here where I've got like this big open area, usually that open center in the middle is just kind of empty. So I'm not sure how I'm going to work that. For now, though, I just made a tape measure because I want to measure the distance here. This is 15 blocks. That sounds pretty good, right? Yeah. Oh, wow, that was perfect by mistake. Nice. So what do we think this room looks like? Not too bad. And I might eventually swap out some of these things, right? Like, change up the design a little bit. But for now, I'm a little bit low on resources, and I still need to build a house. So after all, I'm probably just using cobble for now, and then we'll maybe even make it look even nicer eventually. So I'm just trying to imagine what it would look like and what it would work, how it would work being in a room of this size. This doesn't seem too large, and it gives me a lot of real estate to set up all kinds of different machines and different processing mechanics and different ways to work. So this looks like a decent sized room. 15 blocks across? Yeah, that looks good. I don't think it's totally a square, right? Because if we went from here all the way down to, by the way, you'll notice that it tells you on the bottom like how far apart you are. 19, that's not bad. So 19 by 15? Sure, let's go for it. All right, I'm going to build some walls and come back in a minute when they're ready. All right, guys, we're back. I've prepared something because I'm running into, well, not a bad issue, but something just to let you know. It's pretty dark in here. At nighttime at least. During the day it's fine. And because this isn't a 9x9, I can't just place torches on the wall. Even in the best case scenario where I have one on this wall and one on this wall, we still have a lot of space in the middle where technically monsters could spawn. Typically they won't when a player is nearby, but I really don't want to come back to my house after a little bit of mining and find zombies in here. So I've got a cool idea. It's going to require a little bit of work and a little bit of power, but that's all right. I'm all right with it. First off, I need to make some electrical steel. I know I'm going to need about 5 of it. So let's put this into alloy mode. We're going to go with silicon, coal powder, and iron. And this is going to smelt together. It's a little bit tricky, and it uses quite a bit of power, I guess. It's going to make electrical steel for us. In the meantime, I want to craft over here, one of you. Bit of this, bit of that, one of those basic capacitors, surround it with iron bars and iron to get myself the basic machine. Did I do that wrong? I guess I did. There we go. Basic machine. I'm also going to need a little bit of diamond and nether quartz. 1, 2, and how are you doing cooking? Taking a long time. But hey, I got my first electrical steel. Nice. You can see here, by the way, this takes 10,000 RF per smelting operation. So it's not exactly terribly easy to make stuff. It requires a bit of coal, some of that silicon, which we saw to make earlier, and 10,000 RF per operation. So considering, that amount of time, I'll be back in a minute when this is done cooking up. So yeah, it's already getting dark in here, and that's not a good sign. I considered going with some chisel glowstone related stuff, but I kind of looked through a lot of the chisel blocks for glowstone, and while they're really cool looking, there's a lot of them, like, chisel glowstone blocks with glass? That's interesting. What's that look like? Neat. I like it. But it just doesn't fit the theme of this room. Also, the other downside is that when you break it, you wind up getting, the glowstone dust back, and you don't always get 4, so you might wind up losing glowstone if you decide to break it. So I didn't want to go with the chisel ones. I wanted to go with something that might look a little bit nicer. Oh good, we're almost done with our 5th electrical steel thingy here. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Let's go ahead and craft the following. This stuff plus you, and this gets us the painting machine from Ender.io. This is a neat, nifty little device. It does require a little bit of power. Dun, 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 dun. What you can do is paint a bunch of different blocks with it. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a recipe thing here, but it's used for a lot of cool stuff with Ender.io. Basically, painting facades and different materials can be painted to look like other things. One of the things it can paint is vanilla glowstone, and the good news is it can paint it to look like almost anything. And a recent update made it so that it can paint chisel blocks. So if I throw some chisel in the painting pattern thing here, throw the glowstone on the right, what I should wind up with is a block that's painted glowstone. You can tell it's made by Ender.io, painted with cobblestone. It looks exactly like the cobblestone, detailed cobblestone bricks in my inventory here, and when I place it in the slot, boom. Not only does it look exactly like its neighbor, that is cool, but you can see here that, wow, it gives off pretty much the same amount of light as glowstone would. So I think I'm just going to fill up this room with some of this painted glowstone. So the flooring looks identical. How cool is that? But it still gives off light. Look at this. I approve. Very cool, right? And I mean, if I wanted to, I could make the whole floor out of that glowstone, but there's really no need to. I think I've got a decent pattern design so that the room will remain both bright and look cool. So see guys, I'm really trying this season to make decent looking houses. So do me a favor, leave me some feedback in the comments here. Tell me, hey, yeah, Dyer, it's looking good, we appreciate it, or no, you're still a terrible builder. And if you say that, I'll probably agree with you. But at least I'm trying. Hey, look at that. Pretty cool, right? No need for torches anywhere. Not that I have anything against torches. Don't get me wrong. Torches are fine. They have their place. But at the end of the day, they're all right looking, but I just don't like them all over the place, especially on the floor. That's what I hate, is when there's torches on the floor. I think that just looks weird. All right, guys. We will be back. All right, guys. I was about to go start working on something, but then... that thing's out there. Hold on. I want to show you this because it's hilarious. Look at that creeper. I don't know. Why are you blowing up my house? Creepers that I wasn't even near. I don't care if a skeleton shot you. Alright, I'm going inside now. Because that was close. Alright, just wanted you to see the funny creeper hat. That's all. So by the way, my wheat farm has grown pretty well. I've got some wheat flour here. Just wanted to show you guys. You can get this wheat flour by just placing wheat in a crafting table by itself, and then when you smelt the wheat flour, it'll turn into bread 1-to-1. So instead of making the bread 3 wheat equals 1 bread, you can smelt the wheat flour and get 1 wheat equals 1 bread. So you can get pretty much a lot more bread out of it. Good go. So just want to let you know that. Let's start moving our machines, I think. Once this is done cooking, I want to figure out exactly where I want to lay things out. I'm thinking my line of machines back here might be my RF powered machines, and I kind of want to figure out which RF power source I want to go with. Probably the Ender.io cables are your best bet for your early game cable system. There's some ways to do it with extra utilities. I think you can use Buildcraft pipes as well if you want, but this is probably your best bet early game. So let's take a look. I'm going to find the cables in here somewhere once I finish digging around. You might also want to get your hands, by the way, on a Yeta wrench. This is definitely useful for a lot of things. Requires some electrical steel and a basic gear, however, so we'll see about that. Let me get this set up. I think what we would want to go with is probably the basic energy conduit. There's the energy conduit, the enhanced energy conduit, and then the Ender energy conduit. I think the basic one, which can transfer 640 RF per tick, is more than sufficient. Obviously, we have plenty of conduit binders. We're going to need conductive iron, which is just iron and redstone in one of those alloy smelteries. So let's get a good handful of that. It doesn't sound good? Well, let's go with 15 just to make sure. And of course, we're going to get 8 of these per crafting recipe, so that's probably good as well. So we'll get this guy set up. I'm going to switch this to alloys only, and then we will be able to get our alloy from that. Now that's obviously going to take a little while to smelt because unlike a regular old smelting operation, it does take a lot of power as we saw. So I'll come back in a minute once that's done. I want to make sure I have plenty of conduit binders as well. Yeah, I need 6 times 5, so I have plenty. Good. Alright guys, we're back. I finished my electrical steel, and in the meantime, I've decided that I want to build a basement. I typically like to have basements, so you guys have probably seen me have that in the past, where I have a lot of my wiring and automation stuff go on. Because, long story short, I like to live in like a pretty nice, comfortable area upstairs where I have access to everything I need, but then any wiring or anything I wouldn't want to see, or machines that I don't really need to interact with because I've automated, all should be kind of off, hidden away from where I can normally access them. So I've started working on digging out a basement. I kind of feel like this might be tall enough. I might want it to be 1 deeper. Yeah, I think I'll probably do that. So what I'm going to do here is dig out this basement a little bit. I'm just going to dig out the exact same size as my upstairs area, but it'll be a big old basement that I can live in and hang out and have plenty of cool adventures in. So I'm going to be back. I do need to get myself, definitely. There we go. That's a little bit better. Just clear out some terrain. It'll take a few minutes for me to dig this out. I will make it look nice, but not yet. Because right now I don't need to. Because basically it's good the way it is. So, like I said, back in a few. So guys, I know I said I hate torches on the ground, and I do. I will clean them up later, I promise. But for now, I want to just get this room built up. So in order to get in and out of this room, I'm going to use a nifty block, courtesy of open blocks. I think what I'm going to need is, first off, to clean up my inventory, because holy cow, do I have a lot of junk in here. When you clear out a giant basement, you tend to have lots of leftover junk in your inventory. I guess you can go in there. That looks half decent. Alright, let's also craft together our conduits that we're going to want here. So this, and that. Should get us the energy conduits. Nice. These are the lower tier versions of the Ender IO energy conduits. They don't transfer a ton of energy, but more than enough for our current needs. And that's exactly what we're going to use them for. Let's get ourselves another thing of cobble, and I can put away this creeper head that I have. Cool. Wow, I used up a lot of durability on my excavator already. I'm going to have to repair that thing, or throw repair on it. Where was I? Right. I want to go ahead and make the following. Let's see, how am I for wool? I've got a little bit. Is it daytime or nighttime out there? Let's get our shears. Gonna need a little bit more wool than I currently have. Crazy spiders always spawning on my roof. I'll do something about them, don't worry. Come here, sheep. I need your wool. Alright, so let's snag 2 ender pearls and surround them with wool to make one of my favorite blocks, the elevator from Open Blocks. Nice. This guy, basically all he does is you can put him somewhere like here, and he can go through 1 or 2 blocks, but not too many. But what you can do is when you stand on it and jump, ta-da, you'll be able to teleport up to the next elevator. Nice. I thought I had the config settings so that it wouldn't use experience, so I'm going to make sure the next version of the pack has that fixed. Yeah, it shouldn't be using experience. That's a config option that I want to turn off because I kind of like being able to just use a quick elevator without having to worry about having enough experience to handle that. So, we've got an elevator to get us in and out of this room. I like it. Alright guys, first things first, let's grab these machines. The hammer makes that easy. I'm going to grab you, and you guys I think I'll have to break with a pick. And just because I know you're getting low on fuel, I'm going to grab a little bit more coal. So the basic way I want to sort this out. So this is, I don't want to start in this corner. I think I'll start over here and work my way to the left. That sounds good. And I might even break through this wall, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that yet. Might rearrange my storage room, expand it a little bit or something. I haven't entirely decided how I want everything to flow at the moment. But for now, or I could have machines along this wall, or maybe just along this wall. Might not be terrible. That could be cool. Let's see. Sag mill and painting machine. So basically, I might have the sag mill there and the alloy smeltery there. And the painting machine here for the time being. And I'm just going to disable these side things for the minute because I don't want to have anything, you know, auto output or input just yet. So that looks good. I like the way that these machines keep their inventory and settings when you pick them up. That's always kind of nice. Yeah, it doesn't seem terrible. I could have some of my Ender IO machines there, maybe thermal expansion back along that wall and some other miscellaneous machines. We'll see what happens. So that would mean that for my power gen, I probably want to have power generating in this corner. Because what I'm going to wind up with is a bunch of machines along this wall and probably more machines along this wall. So just to keep things as compact as possible, we'll want our power system to be back here. So in order for this to work, I'm trying to decide if I want my energy cell upstairs or not. I mean, I'll probably have multiples of them eventually. But for now, let's just get our survivalist generators up and running. So what I'll do is that and that. Oh, I have an idea. I'm not going to do that just yet. I have an idea for something I might want to do with these things, but not just yet. So for now, they can accept power from either side. We'll throw 10 and 10 in these things. Still a little bit manual work, but I'll get around to fixing it. Let's see, pick you back up. And I'm going to set it so that it outputs power to the top. And then I can run my energy conduit. So instead of having to you know, manually move this thing around anymore, which, you know, guys, I hate to do anything manually. You should know that by now. Let's see. That'll do. So let's just process like something, right, just to demonstrate this working. I'll throw some cobblestone in there. This will start draining RF. And then if I look inside here, I should be able to plug right into this thing and it'll refill the RF. So right now we're down a little bit of RF. If I plug this guy in like so, we should start filling back up. Awesome. So now my machines can run without me having to kind of worry about maintaining them so much. And I'll go downstairs and get that cobblestone that fell. Not bad, right? So this is just kind of a basic starting point. So energy can, you know, flow out of the energy cell. You can see it recharging the thing up there. The power lines look pretty good. I think that's not a bad starting point. What I do want to do, though, I think, is maybe separate the energy cells from things. So I might not have these right next to each other for now. What I also want to do, I think, is work on another way of generating power. Because while these, you know, survivalist generators are sufficient for my current needs, I'm pretty much, if I wanted to process all the ore I have at the moment, I'd just, like, forget it. Like, it's not going to happen. Not even a little bit. So what I want to do instead of using those is probably, because I have a ton of ore to process, right? Look at all this stuff. I don't want to worry about that right now. I want to get more power. So I'm thinking usually a good next tier of power is lava-based. There's a couple approaches we can go with. We can either use the lava generator. So if we took a look here, lava generator from extra utilities, it requires a block of iron and some gold and some redstone and a furnace. That's one option. Or we could go with the magmatic dynamo from the you know, foundation mod, which is thermal expansion. That'll get you also some lava-based power. That's going to require a bit of invar, but luckily I can make invar, no problem. So let's do that. Let's get from our ingots chest what's already cooked up. I'm gonna get like a handful of invar. Maybe I want, that should be a good starting point. So let's run over to our machines. We've got, here's my thing here. We're going to set this to alloys only, and he'll start cooking up some invar for me. Nice. While that's happening, I want to plan on how to get lava. The Nether is a great source of lava, of course. So with that in mind, I need two things. I need a way to get lava, and I need a way to store lava. And thirdly, I need a way to transport lava. I'm going to focus on getting and storing first, and then later on, once I've had a chance to collect some more resources, because I don't have everything I need for automated transport, I will manage to automatically transport it. Sound like a plan? So first things first, I'm going to need what's called a drum. It comes from Extra Utilities, and if we look in here, we can see that it's made with a cauldron, and you're also going to want a couple weighted pressure plates, and then a bit of iron on the sides, and that will get you a drum. This thing is awesome because it's currently capable of holding 256,000 millibuckets of liquid, which equates to 256 buckets of liquid. So basically, 1,000 millibuckets equals 1 bucket of liquid. Now, in order to get our lava, I'm going to make an ender pump. Might be a space there. All right, maybe not. You know what? I think it's a dash that they use. Long story short, it's this thing. Endothermic pump. All right, I was close. It's going to require ender-infused obsidian. So I'm going to need 4 obsidian and 1 ender pearl. That'll get me the 4 ender-infused obsidian I need. I'm going to need a diamond, a bucket of lava and water, an iron pickaxe, and an eye of ender. Ooh, that would be tricky. Do I have any blaze dust at all? I don't. I might need to go visit the Nether and get a little bit of blaze dust. Let me put this away. You know what I'm going to look around for real quick? I know, according to Journey Map, there's a little bit of a desert out that way. Have I really found much of a good-sized desert yet? Not so much. That looks like snow to me on the map. I'm just going to poke around up here on this island and see if there's anything good desert-wise. Sometimes deserts have some Thaumcraft flowers that I can get blaze powder from. We'll see. I'll be back in a minute if I find some, otherwise I might have to trek into the Nether to get it. So I have to kill blazes because I couldn't find anything good. I think I need a travel anchor, and you'll see why if you don't remember what my Nether looks like. Let's go visit. So, heading off to the Nether once again. Dun, dun, dun. I spawned in a really nice area, only because it has some awesome things. I'm going to actually move this crafting station to the other wall because I want travel anchor to go right there. What's nice about the area I spawned in has a really big Nether fortress right nearby. Unfortunately, it's all the way up there. Hopefully the travel anchor can reach up there. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to get up there. But once I do, I can just plop a travel anchor down and hopefully reach back down to my base. I could just pillar up. Do I have enough? Yeah, my digger's backpack is pretty full, so I should actually be able to pillar all the way up. Kind of hate doing that, but I could always probably pillar back down, and that would look good, right? So let's pillar up. Dun, 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 dun. I guess this will also give me a good indication of how far away this is. So I think the travel anchor range is 48. By the way, there's an item you can have that'll let you access travel anchors. Wow, we're getting pretty close to that 48 range, aren't we? Oh, hello there. Going to refill my inventory mode, thank you. So I think I could access my travel anchor if I did something like this. Darn it, I don't see it. That's not good. Oh, come on, I should have picked that up. Alright, I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm going to try and find a place where I can access this thing. Alright, guys, I think I found a good spot. Check this out. Let's see. If I come in here, seal this up briefly. If I look up there, I should see the travel anchor, which is actually not too far away from the entrance to this area. Cool, right? So I'll just kind of wall this up a little bit, make sure I don't accidentally fall off or anything silly like that, and then we should be in pretty good shape. Just make sure there's no holes. Looks good to me. All right, cool. Okay, that looks good, right? I shouldn't have any problems here. Okay, back in a minute, and we will go hunting for blazes. Alright guys, good news. I think there's a spawner. Yes, right over here. Cool. Bad news, I don't have any form of fire resistance at the moment, but hopefully I can just get like 1 or 2 blaze rods. That'll do. Alright, I'm out of here. Into the fire. Running. Okay, that's not good. I did not expect another one Come on. Nice. Got away. Cool. All I really needed was one blaze rod, and I got it. Let's get out of here. Meet you guys back at the base. Alright, pretty sure a blaze rod in the sag mill here should give you a little bit more blaze dust than you would get from a regular old crafting operation. That's good news. Let's get ourselves an ender pump. So, what I'm going to want is... alright, obsidian. I'm going to go get some of that first. I'll be right back. Before I can make this, I need obsidian. And another bucket. Alright, let's see what we need to make. So, I have ender, plus an iron pickaxe, and then finally we need some of this ender infused obsidian. And this goes like that, the pickaxe, the eye of ender, this guy, lava bucket, water bucket, endothermic pump. Nice. This is a very nice device. We don't really have the resources to be doing too much with this yet, but this is going to have to be a little bit manual until we automate some things. For now, I need to power this thing, and I'm going to bring with me my nifty little gadget here. Let's get our leadstone energy cell and bring it into the nether. So to the nether we go. Loving it. I love those travel anchors. They're so cool. Alright, so... Oh wait, before I go, I have my drum, right? I don't have my drum? Where did I put my drum? I could have sworn I had my drum on me. Don't know where I put it now. Drum, drum, drum. There it is. Okay. Now off to the nether. So the plan is use the leadstone energy cell to get a bunch of lava from the endothermic pump in the nether here. Hello, spiders. Nice to see you. Thank you for assaulting my base, giant heat scar spiders. I hate you all. Can't you see I'm trying to get lava here, guys? They're like all over my base, too. Alright, better now? Alright, so what I should be able to do is pretty hopefully quickly, let's do this. Let's put this here. I'm just going to map out a little terrain spot that I can access without, and of course I am destroying a little bit of lava here. Apologies. Let's actually leave this open for now. I'm going to put my pump here. I'm going to put the drum. It doesn't really matter, but I think on top is probably your best bet. And then I just need to get it power, and for that I can place this right here, setting the left side to output. And you'll notice the drum immediately turned orange. We can see that we've got, wow, quite a bit of lava. Yeah, that thing's running pretty fast. Nice. Look at all that lava we're getting already. That thing is fast. So the nice thing about the endothermic pump there, and I'm going to pick this back up and the drain of power should be complete, is it really does get you a lot of lava very quickly. And it also replaces all the lava with smooth stone. So you won't have a bunch of flowing lava, which can sometimes cause a little bit of lag on servers and stuff. So now, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to bring back my power stuff. Let's meet back at the base. Alright guys, we have the foundation for some lava-based power. We're going to need a lot more things to have a very efficient power system here, and lava power is probably not going to last us too long because it's not the most efficient way to get lava. Is there an extra piece of glass up there? I think there is. Let me go fix that off camera. But anyway, I think for now we've probably hit the wrapping up point for the episode. So what I'll do is come back next episode. We're going to use this lava to generate power by way of... probably magmatic dynamos or lava generators. I haven't decided which one I want to use just yet, but we'll figure it out. Ah! Darn it. Break way too fast. Stupid glass. Oh good, I don't have my chisel on me. Unfortunately, the chisel glass, like vanilla glass, you don't get back when you break it. So you have to make more. That's okay. I think it was... Actually, I only want 2 of them. Borderless glass. There is some glass you can get, by the way, from other mods that you can break without having issues. But for now... we're good. Alright, so Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next time to implement some lava-based power, and then we can really start ramping up all the different machines that we have, whose purpose will be to process the ores and, you know, handle all kinds of good stuff. And then, after we've done that, we'll probably start working on a sorting system of sorts, because right now my storage room is a bit of a mess, and I would love to be able to automatically sort my inventory into the appropriate chests, and I have a kind of a new way to go about that now. Yeah, looking forward to checking it out. All right, guys, take it easy.